Okay. Hello, my babies. It's your Empress Divine Miss Tasha Turner. Welcome to Queendom Come. I am back. The last time you saw me was probably about, or heard from me, was about 2 months ago. I've been going through a lot. Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Leo. If you're hip to any of the astrological transits, you know that Aquarius and Leo have been getting hit back to back. And yeah, but I'm committed. So I'm in it and I'm back. Aries, gonna start this thing out right with Aries in the house tonight with your monthly tarot checkup. I've made a few changes to how I do the tarot checkups, but overall, you're still gonna get good answers about what's going on with you. The first thing that I've changed up is that I draw two goddess guidance cards, one for the start of the month, one for the end of the month. And everything that follows with my tarot deck will just fall in line with what happens throughout the rest of your November 2018. For the start of November, you have bright future. Bright future. That says stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. You know what? That's not the order that they came out. They actually came out in this order. Sorry. And the first card that you have is golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. And I chose to put them back in the order that they came out because at the start of November 2018, Aries, I feel like you do have an intense calling on your life. There's something about what you feel that you're meant to do. You feel very much so compelled by something or someone. I don't know if it's a person that's you feel just passionately drawn to, or if it's something that you actually want to do as far as like a new job or, moving to a new city. But whatever it is, it's been heavy on your mind. I don't think you felt something so compelling in quite a while. Like it's been some time since you felt so drawn or so passionate about something. And that is a signal from the universe that this is a golden opportunity for you. This is something that you need to rush in, just like this huge wave in this card. Like when that wave hits you, when that urge hits you, it's time to act on it. And that's something that you're right out the gate in November 2018 feeling this. You probably started feeling it at the end of October, so now's the time for you to do something about it. Your card for the end of November 2018, what will be apparent for you by the end of 2018 is bright future. Again, stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. I feel like as a result of you taking action on this, compelling feeling, whatever that golden opportunity is for you at the start of November 2018, by the end of November, you'll really see how your life is changing, how things are brightening up for you, how things are changing for the better. You'll be feeling increase, you'll be seeing increase because of this, new thing that you started at the beginning of the month. One moment, y'all. Let me just. Things are changing for the better. I just had to log in and just make sure that I was broadcasting and that it is being shown. So yeah, good things are. It feels like good things are about to happen for you, Aries, with this golden opportunity and bright future. Now, I did try to do this reading once before, and it started messing up before I could really get into it. But I had some cards pulled, just a few. Let me do something with this lighting, so maybe it's not so freaking bright. Yeah, so you can actually see the cards here. And I go, through the 12 houses, which cycle around the astrological wheel, just like a month is a cycle of the year. I compare it to the houses in the astrological wheel cycle. And for your first house energy, you got the Four of Staffs. The first house energy is how others see you. So now I'll go ahead and just be shuffling and pulling cards for the rest of the month for you. And we'll discuss them once I have all of the cards laid out for you. So for the first house, you got the Four of Staffs. That's how people are seeing you. Staffs are the same as wands. Okay. A little discombobulated over here. Getting back in the groove of things. For your second house, this is like your house of money or, personal possessions, values. The card Aries gets for November, the Six of Cups. Your third house energy, third house, your mentality, how you're communicating, how you're thinking, and how you're getting your thoughts across to others. You have the Seven of Cups. In your fourth house, this is the house of home and family, home, hearth, family. The fourth house reminds me of the Hallmark Channel. You have the Three of Cups. For your fifth house energy, the fifth house is your passionate creations, the things that come from your passions, the things that come from whatever it is that makes you, happy, your creative endeavors, your creativity. It also rules children and sex, things that come from passion. And you have the Hanged Man. For your sixth house, this is the house of your daily life, what you do on a day-to-day basis. It also concerns your health. Aries, for this sixth house energy, you have the Three of Coins. Moving on to the seventh house. Seventh house is about your partnerships and relationships. It also can rule contracts, which do require two parties, as in a partnership or relationship. For that house, you have the Page of Swords. In your eighth house, the house of the things that are, big changes, basically, really deep, profound changes. It can rule death and rebirths, those big, profound happenings in our lives. And you have the Ten of Cups. All right, that's a damn good card to have there in the eighth house. Let's move on to your ninth house, house of higher learning, new experiences, broaden horizons. Let's move to your 10th house. In the 10th house, which is career, reputation, the legacy you leave behind here on earth, what you're known for, the King of Swords. Your 11th house energy is about, your friends, associations, humanitarian efforts, how you relate to other people, your social life. You have a Six of Coins. And finally, your 12th house, which is the house of endings, things that will, be ending or wrapping up by the end of November, or things that are hidden that may need to be, delved a bit into, things that may be coming to light by the end of the month. And you have the Four of Swords. All right, so quite a spread there, Aries. Let's dig into exactly what each card is meaning for you. Let's see about this lighting, what I can do here. Is that better? That's a little better. I think that's a little better. Yeah. Okay. So with your first house, how people are seeing you in November 2018, Aries, this is the Four of Staffs. And I feel like people are seeing you as someone who is just determined to be happy. You're determined to be happy in life. It's like nothing is going to stop you from living your best life. You ain't going back and forth with nobody. You're going to do what you're going to do, and people can get with it or they can get rolled over pretty much. Like you can get with it or get gone. That's how people are seeing that you are. I feel like in November, you may also have someone who is seeing you as marriage material or someone who already has you pegged as their hubby or their wifey. It's like they are not going to let you go because they see a bright future. You know, a nod to this card here. They see a bright future in you. They see a part of you that makes them happy. And it's not just sometimes they make me happy. I feel like even when you piss this person off, they still would rather have you than anyone else. They would still choose you over anyone else. There's a lingering passion, there's a lingering fire, meaning that it doesn't come and go. It isn't something that's easily swayed, it's not easily broken. They really feel something for you, or you really feel something for someone else in November 2018. And that could be part of that golden opportunity, that wave of compulsion that's come over you, that you just feel so compelled to do something, or so called or so drawn to something. It may have a lot to do with this first house energy for you in November 2018, where, you know, I mean, you're it for somebody, especially because this is the first house, how people are seeing you, how that specific person may see you as this, like they want marriage with you, you know? And if it's not just a romantic, in romantic terms, even for other people, they are just seeing you as someone who is, you're committed to whatever it is that you are creating. You're going about it in a very positive way, a positive, passionate way. So that's the energy of how people are seeing you in November 2018. For your second house of possessions, money, values, we have the Six of Cups. And when I see the Six of Cups card, I always am immediately led to think about something that has to do with the past. Like there's something very near and dear to your heart. And I don't know if it's someone who has showed up from your past, and you feel lucky to be with that person. You feel lucky to have that person. You want to show that person that you value them. You're doing things to increase your money so that you can take care of this person who is coming to your life. And really, I feel like I'm compelled to say this because we are still in Venus retrograde. So a lot of times people from your past will pop up, even if it's not, a lot of times people think of the Venus retrograde transit and they're like, oh, I don't want no exes to pop up, but it doesn't necessarily have to be exes. It could be somebody that you know from grade school, and you may have had like a crush on them or something back then. Like the Six of Cups is you looking back on something fondly. It's not you looking back on something and being like, ugh. So in November 2018, something that you value is something from your past that you look back on with a fondness. Maybe you feel lucky to have it. Maybe being with somebody from your past or meeting up with someone from your past is a part of what makes you feel valuable, what increases your own self worth, what motivates you to work harder to, secure the bag. It's something about your past, or someone from your past, or something from your past that you remember with fond, loving memories. Something that stirs a warm sense of nostalgia within you. It is motivating you to, work harder, to get more money, to come up with more creative ways to get your money. It's motivating you to, even feel more worth for yourself. Whoever this person is, they may remind you of a time in your life where you had this, stick to itiveness and this bold sense of being able to conquer the world. And maybe life has beaten you down over time, and just being around that person, it reignites that feeling within you. And I feel like that has a lot to do with, how people are seeing you. You may feel like this person is marriage material, or they may be looking at you as marriage material because they've known you for so long. So it's not like you just met this person and y'all have a thing for each other, nice little puppy love. It's like you really do have a deep sense of feeling for this person because you've known them for a lot of your lifetime. Maybe y'all have not been together for all this time, but they know the old you. They know where you come from. They know what you're made of. They know what you're capable of. And just being around that person may make you feel that sense of steady passion where you can do things that'll increase your money, or that will make you want to acquire a new house. Maybe you want to get a new car to show this person that you are stable, that you do have the ability to give them a good life. Moving on to the third house here, your mentality and how you are communicating it. The Seven of Cups means that you have a lot of options. So, and all of those options, some may be good, some may be not so good for you. So I feel like in November 2018, you'll be ruminating or just going over in your mind all of the different ways that your life can play out. Things that you expected from your life, things that you may have not expected from your life. I feel like your mind will be on partnership a lot. That's a vibe that keeps coming to me, especially with these first three cards up here. The marriage card, Four of Staffs, and then that looking back on something with nostalgia or fondness. Then you have the Seven of Cups, meaning that you are either making offers to other people in November 2018, or you have other offers being made to yourself. Like maybe there's some opportunities being opened up to you that were not before, and it's being communicated. It's not just someone thinking about what they'll be able to do for you or what they want to do with you. I feel like in November 2018, Aries, it will be spoken, since this is the house for communication, exchanging of ideas. Maybe you're talking to this person thinking, well, what do you think about moving in with me? Or what do you think about us, you know, taking this thing a little further? I also feel like you may have to talk to some. I mean, it's not a bad way either. And I feel like that because of this Three of Cups that's coming up. I feel like you may have to discuss something with exes or someone who used to mean something important to you, because you have this person that's coming into your life who makes you feel this, this profound passion and deep love, and you are wanting to move forward with them, doing something with them, or they wanting to do something with you. You may have to completely break it off with an ex. This is that part of the Venus retrograde where you may have to, you know, consider an ex in this instant. Whereas like, well, this new person has come in. I got a new boy. It's like this new person has come in. They've really awakened something in me, and I just need more for my relationships. And I feel like I wasn't really getting that from the cup that you were offering me, or getting that from the cup that I was chasing from you. So I have to get away from you and choose something different. It's like you have these other offers, but you will be making a selection here. For your fourth house energy, that's that home and heart and family and all of that, you have the Three of Cups. Now, some people will see, the Three of Cups is like a third party situation. I don't necessarily feel that. What I do feel is like just what I was saying, that you may have to get up with an ex and let them know, okay, maybe we can't, mess around, or, meet up for a little session or whatever, a little fuck buddy session every couple of weeks like we used to, because I have somebody in my life now who I really give a damn about, who I really care for, who I want to explore a stable life with. So that's the part of the, I guess, the third party energy that I'm feeling here. But really, with this Three of Cups, I always kind of see this as the reunion card. Like, October was the month where there's a lot of like homecomings and alumni, parties and alumni games, class reunions and stuff like that. And the Three of Cups is a reunion card, like you coming together, especially when it's in that fourth house, the house of family and home. Something that felt at home with you is like you were put back into that environment. Once again, somebody that you look back on with a fondness came forth. They're offering you like an option, or they're becoming an important option or an important priority to you. They make you feel that Four of Staffs energy, that passion that won't go away, that just won't quit. I feel like that's what's happening in November 2018, where as a result of you just meeting back up with this person or reuniting with this person, you feel you just feel happiness, you feel fulfilled. You see how they're partying, they toasting it up. They happy. You're happy with this reunion. You're happy to come back together with someone, and you may be offering, some space for them in your home, or thinking about moving in with this person. Things may have progressed really quickly between last month and this month, and you're thinking about really, settling down, putting down some roots with this person. We are going into the fifth house, which is the house, once again, of like your creativities, your passions. It could also rule sex or children. And you have the Hangman here. Now, this is the first major arcana card to show up in this reading. So it's kind of important here that we pay attention to it. The Hangman is like taking the time to look at something from a different point of view, changing your stance in life. And I feel like with all of this that we just talked about, you may be at a point where you're like, wow, looking back on life, or you're at a place where you can just kind of sit back and really ponder life and think about where you've come so far, where you're going next. And you're also seeing things differently. Like before the end of last month, before November 2018, maybe you never saw life happening for you the way it's happening now, or in November 2018. And you may just take some time to sit back and think, wow, things look different now. Life is really changing for me. This is a different point of view for me. You're very passionate about this new point of view for you. In the sixth house, we have the Three of Coins. Now, this is your house of like your daily work, what you do on a day-to-day basis, staying healthy. And the Three of Coins is about, cooperating, doing something for the betterment of the whole, working together with a common goal. And I feel like in November 2018, Aries, a lot of your motivation will come from doing something that will solidify this connection, that will make this thing that you're trying to build, this life that you're trying to build, it'll make it all come together so that you can have this happiness with this person that you're very fond of. I feel like a lot of your energy will be going into that. You're doing things that, you consider the other person while you're working. You're, putting your ducks in a row, getting things in order so that you can provide a more stable foundation, so that you can create something stable and profitable with this person. And that's really what your focus is on a day-to-day basis. Like when you work, when you're doing something, even if it's hard work, you're doing it with a purpose. It's not absent-minded at all. You definitely have a goal and a motive, and it's a good goal. It's a goal that is not selfish at all. You get some good out of it as well, but it's not a selfish goal that you have going on here. It's actually you doing something for the betterment of the whole. In the seventh house, we have Page of Swords. To me, the Page of Swords is like it's inspiration. It's a new thing, a new thought, new idea, new ideals. And for the seventh house being about your partnerships or your relationships, is there's this sense of, it's something that, literally 2 months ago, you would not have seen this thing coming. That's why he looks like he's been caught off guard. I feel like you were caught off guard by this relationship, by this newfound partnership, you and whoever this person is, whoever you came together with at this reunion, or, alumni game, or meeting them in the freaking grocery store somewhere unexpected, whatever it was, and you two reunited this person from your past. I feel like it's just now you're happy about the relationship. Don't get me wrong. And you do feel strongly about the relationship. You think highly of the relationship, but it just really caught you off guard. Like, I don't feel like you expected things to happen this quickly, or you weren't expecting it at all, which is kind of a nod to that Hangman card, which is like, wow, you kind of just have to take a step back and be like, damn, is this really happening? Is this really what my life looks like now? But look at this in your eighth house, the Ten of Cups. For such a positive card, the Ten of Cups is like ultimate fulfillment. Your heart just bursting with joy, having everything you could ever want out of life. To have this in the house of like deaths or rebirths, I don't feel like this is the death of that at all. I feel like this is the birth. This is the birth of just complete and total fulfillment, long term fulfillment. It's not a fleeting infatuation or some whirlwind affair. This is really something that's worth pursuing. But because we are in, the Venus retrograde for a good chunk of November, I do want to say and just backtrack a little bit to the Page of Swords to just be careful. He is standing like right there on the cliff with water, right there at cliff level. The water symbolizes like your emotions, don't, you're caught off guard. Don't lose your balance. Don't fall into your feelings and just drown, you know? Don't drown. Don't fall off in your feelings that hard, Aries, which I feel like, I think Aries is pretty good about, just kind of keeping a decent mentality, a decent head about themselves in terms of like relationships and stuff. Even though y'all are very fiery, you still will you'll kind of check yourself on your feelings and on your passions. But yeah, I mean, I feel like this is the birth of something that will fulfill you for the rest of your life. I really do. We're moving on into the ninth house here. The ninth house is, higher learning or broadened horizons, new ideas. It could even symbolize travel. And you have the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords, what I think about this card when I usually see it, because of that gray and grim background, is just like cloudy thought or maybe having doubts about something because she has her hand over her face, but these two sharp swords. And I feel like in this case, it's almost like, damn, this feels so good, and this is such a new feeling to me. Like it's almost like you don't want to believe it. Like, is all of this good really happening to me? Is this really going on? Is this really what life is for me? Is this my life? Especially right up under this hangman card, which is about, you kind of stepping back and observing things from a different station in life. You're observing things that you didn't really think would be happening to you so fast or with this person. Like, yeah, you may have known them back in grade school or, known them in college, but y'all never really had anything going on, There was, they're not an ex in any way. There was never any romantic involvement. Then here they come into your life and they just brighten it up just from being a piece of a chapter in your life that you look back fondly on. It endears them to you, I feel like. And you really feel some type of way about this person. Like, you are really drawn to this person. And it's almost like you can't believe it. Like, is this really happening to me? Like, I know better. This might be too good to be true. You know? I feel like you may be kind of not necessarily struggling, but that thought may be just going through your mind at this time. It's like, yeah, I've learned so much about life. And I feel like if it feels too good to be true, it probably is, but maybe it's time for you to learn something else. Maybe it is time for a new experience where this time it feels too good to be true, but it actually is true. Maybe it's time for you to have that new experience, Aries. Let's get into the 10th house energy of career, reputation, your legacy. And you have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is, what I say goes. I said it, I meant it. There's a there's a downright unshakable commitment to this when you get here to that King of Swords energy. So whatever it is that you're doing in your career right now is like, damn it, I'm gonna make this happen because I said it, so it will be. It's a very bold kind of, kingly energy about it. Also, with the King of Swords here, it is a nod to someone who is so masterful in thought that they could be, they could be accused of manipulation or maybe even some narcissism. Maybe tend to have narcissistic characteristics. Just depends on who the person is that's telling the story. But I feel like in this position, it's you writing your own story. So, whatever it is that you want to build with your life, you have the go ahead to do it. You can reach the highest heights. You may have big dreams, big goals at this time, definitely could be influenced by this person with whom you're working so hard to please, and not even doing it like in a people pleasing type of manner. It's like you just feel so fondly for this person. You want forever with this person. So you're going to do what it takes to lay that solid foundation. And that may require you, going to some heights that you have not previously traversed. But I feel like this is a good, card to have here. You want to get your career together. You want to, work on getting promoted. You want to get your bearings together. You want to, work on your marketing and really spread the word of what it is that you have to offer so that you can bring in more and build more and conquer more to give to, the relationship, to provide for this new life that you're living, that you can damn near hardly believe that is your life now. In the 11th house, we have the Six of Coins. Now, for the Six of Coins in the 11th house, this is a house of sharing, a house of caring, a house of building something, equal give and take. Equal on that side, equal on that side. Two sides have these three pentacles. Three is a symbol or a number about creation. What you've created, I give to you. What I've created, I give to you. What you've created, you give to me. It's an equal give and take. So between you and this person that you're associating with, or the people that you're associating with at this point in your life, Aries, in November 2018, I feel like you won't accept anything that doesn't fulfill you, just like you won't try to shortchange anyone else. You know, it's like I know what I bring to the table, and I expect you to bring something to the table as well. And with that, we can make it do what it do. We can build some stability. We can have something that nourishes both of us. you know even aside from this whole thing about this person that you feel really strongly for, even though they're not exempt, you still will require something from them as well. It's not just you give, 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 and then take, take, take. It's not going to be that. It will be an equal give and take. But even in your friendships, it's like if it's people that you feel like they only hit you up when they want some money, or you only hear from them when they have a request from you, it's like there'll be a bit of a focus on that. And I don't feel like you're necessarily being mean to them or anything. You may have to have that come to God talk with them. You may just have to really sit down with them and let them know, lay it out on the table, make it where they can kind of grasp where you're coming from. Bring it out of your head and make it a real issue before them. Sit it on the table and be like, hey, I'm not, your ATM. I'm not your do girl or your do boy. If I'm gonna be here for you the way I'm here for you, the way Aries usually is when they care about people, I'm gonna need something from you too. you know. And I feel like that's gonna be what your 11th house energy is for the month of November 2018. Now, toward the end here, the end of the month, we have the Four of Swords. That Pisces, or the 12th house, I should say, energy about endings or things that are hidden that need to be revealed, cycles that you'll continue to repeat until you learn the lesson. And with the Four of Swords, I feel like it's really about you learning how to apply your focus in a way that is not scattered, that is very sure, that is absolutely certain. Learning to be inspired by something and actually follow through on it. Because I know there's this, common, just like, people accuse Virgos of being like overly critical. People accuse Aquarius of being, aloof, as they call it, or cold. People accuse Aries of always jumping into something and never really finishing it, not following through on it. And I feel like this is an energy that will be brought to your attention in November 2018. Here you have this person that they give you this passion. Look at that 4 and 4. They give you this passion that you have not felt dwindle yet, or you won't feel dwindle throughout the month of November. And you can get bored with people real fast. And you don't get bored with this person. They give you this passion, they give you this feeling like, wow, I could really spend life with them. Like, this is a steady passion that I have for this person. It's not going away. And it's like, wow, for the first time, I may be defeating that cycle where I'll jump into something and then a couple weeks later, they don't really tickle my fancy anymore. So I'm over it. It's like, wow, they really might be that one this time. This really could be my golden opportunity for happiness. This really could be who my future is brightest with. So thank you for watching, Aries. I hope you've enjoyed your November 2018 monthly tarot checkup. I don't exactly try to make things about relationships, but hey, this is the way the cards fell for you. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll be back with the Taurus November 2018 next. Bye.